Christopher Woodford with the PittsburghScene.com, and I'm here with Icarus Witch. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Jason or Justin, depending on what you prefer.
Quinn.
Dave.
Tom.
That's it?
Yeah.
Chris is with us in spirit.
Yeah.
Now, I see that the lineup has changed too. Like, you've got
It has?
Dave Watson from Mantic Ritual.
Well, I've known Dave for a while. We've known Dave for a while. Started working with him as a producer, and when it came time, did previous guitar change. Previous guitar player had left. Dave was the obvious choice to call because me and him play very similar styles, and we all know each other.
We've known Dave for a while. One of the first shows Icarus Witch played was with your old band Grave Desire.
Yeah, back in was it 2005?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So we've known of each other and have been in this same scene for a while, and
I think it actually helped with us. We did a single last year in the studio called Tragedy, which actually debuted the new singer Chris and the guitar player Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was good to kind of like, it's one thing playing a show with the band and hanging out with the guys, but working in the studio, you get a sense for like the personalities and how you guys are going to collaborate together for the next album. And I remember Jason called me a few weeks ago, and he said, just to let you know, we have like 12 or 13 new songs written. We're kind of like, want to cut the list down, or want to take a listen to some songs and what you think. And he said, what's going on with Manic? And I said, Ben and Jeff are moving back to LA. And I go, but he's like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be playing for him, and at least for the near future. And, left it at that. I didn't really think anything of it. And then, a week later, I got the call. He said, Ed's not going to be in the band anymore. I was kind of like, my first thought was like, you're kind of like, that might be a good thing for me, And I said, come over and jam. But it was so easy once you know him in the studio. Like, from working in the studio, it was easy to come over. We've all worked together, and it's pretty comfortable for a first audition. It wasn't like, I didn't feel too uncomfortable or nervous about it,
Yeah, sort of like the stars aligned on that one. I mean, we didn't even really hold auditions or anything. We knew of Dave, we knew of his playing and his skills, and when the position opened up, it was just the obvious choice.
I was looking to get into more melodic. That's what I really like to do, is melodic metal. Clean vocals, always been like real big on that kind of style of metal. And Manic came up, it was fun, but I relate more to the melodic style of metal than thrash. Like, I love thrash music a lot, but when Manic was gonna be over with, I was like, before the Icarus Witch thing even came up, I was like, man, I really want to do another melodic project.
Oh, of course.
And I was like, what am I going to do? At the time, I was like, well, maybe I won't even be in a band again for a while. I don't know, so when he said the stars line, it's kind of a funny thing. Like, what are the odds I'm getting my tires changed at Sam's Club and I get a call, he's like, you're interested in playing? And I was just like, like, that's right in my alley. It's just hard to pass up. I knew even hung up, I was like, I'm just going to go for it. I said, we'll jam, but I was like, I'm going for it, so.
And this guy.
Yeah, let's not forget the other new guy, Tom.
I'm not really sure how we found you.
I don't even know how that happened either.
We haven't figured that part out yet.
Bring him on the lawn.
Not yet.
Not this one.
He still owes me a couple.
But yeah, that October 1st show, the Smiling Moose, you guys are playing, it's your headlining show, and I believe Through These Walls is opening up for you. Mm-hmm. Who else is on the bill, or expected this to be like a good turnout for the scene?
That's it in terms of who else is going to be playing. We've got plenty of stuff to play, assuming Dave learns his stuff in the next couple weeks here. We've got a good 3 weeks to figure it out, but we've always, even though we're from Pittsburgh, we rarely play the Pittsburgh scene because usually we're on the road, or when we're here, we're working on the next album to go out on tour or whatever it is. So when we do play, we try to make it count. And we haven't actually played the Smiling Moose before. We hang out there because it's a great metal bar, and just seemed like a good place to sort of introduce the new lineup and reestablish our place in the Pittsburgh scene or whatever. So we're really looking forward to that, just packing it out. We do expect a pretty good turnout, but you never know how that goes. I mean, we're real big on promoting it and getting the word out, and like things like this, like this great interview and press. We try to make sure everybody knows about it and has a chance to come out and experience something that we're real proud of, and hopefully people will dig the new stuff because we're going to be debuting quite a few new songs this year.
And I've heard like a video clip of the new song, and it sounds great, and the direction seems very good. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like, there's definitely a change with the new material.
It's kind of one of those things. It's if you're a musician, anything you do, you get sick of doing the same thing over and over again. So you're constantly evolving. You're constantly changing the way you play or working on technique and your craft at writing songs. So it's inevitable that a style is going to slightly change or whatever. And basically, all we want to do is just write great songs that have just hooks that people can grasp onto. It's not just listen to how fast this dude can play, or or listen to how much this guy's screaming his ass off. But it's all about the songs, and so it's just concentrating on, okay, where does this song need to go? What needs to happen to this to make it complete? And just kind of making what we do more apparent in that, in the whole songwriting process, and still providing musicianship and everything that everyone seeks out in like the metal genre.
It's all pretty natural evolution. I mean, a band is going to be sort of a reflection of its songwriters and its members, and at the current moment we're experiencing a huge influx of new writers, and just because of the new musicians in the band. So things are taking a slightly different turn based on Chris being a writer now, and Dave and Tom coming in and adding their influence to it. It's all a really natural evolution, but like Quinn touched upon, we don't have any real interest in just continuing to rehash it. We don't want to be one of those bands. I mean, we've already got 40 or 50 songs out, as Icarus Witch, so for us, we're always looking to try to better ourselves and try to create, the perfect song or what's next. We're not really that interested in rehashing the past, despite what some people might think of this scene or something. We're more interested in where it can go and what the future is for, hard rock and heavy metal.
Those are some incredible words of wisdom, and I think like a lot of bands and aspiring musicians will take that to heart. And I want to say thank you all for coming and letting us interview you at your lovely household here.
Don't forget to
be in
get
a dungeon. Don't get a shot of the kitchen. It's a dungeon, I swear.
I'm Christopher Woodford with the Pittsburgh Scene, and these guys are at Icarus Witch. Check them out at their October 1st show at the Smiling Moose, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Lucky was